So, hey everybody, this is Andrew, Thin Blue Line Productions, with another video again. Thanks for joining me. Today I'm wearing my special derby hat because I'm really excited that the HALO law is now in effect. The HALO law is now going to put some barriers in front of the frauditors so they can't do their harassment and impeding and all the things that they do to waste the time of law enforcement. Now they have to stand away 25 feet or they can get arrested or fined or both. And it's got to be challenged in the courts. It's a new law, but the thinking is, at least with Frauditor Troll out there who reported this first, that they're going to see how this plays in Florida and then hopefully dole it out to the rest of the country. But essentially, as you'll see here in these two news reports, that you've got to stand 25 feet away or else you're going to get arrested. That's basically the bottom line. It puts a little bit more power in the hands of the police. I'm very happy to announce. And at least Frauditor Troll thinks that the Florida frauditors, John Filax comes to mind. There's guys down in Miami, where really they're all over, but they're out of business thanks to the HALO law. There's no more just running up on a scene trying to get good footage. You've got to be 25 feet away, and that's going to put a real dent, plus just the fact that they could get arrested for something as nebulous as someone trying to figure out what 25 feet is. In other words, a police officer could say, you broke the law, you're within 25 feet, that's illegal, and arrest you without ever really measuring it out. So again, it's going to be tested in the courts. Of course, someone is going to fall on the sword in the frauditor community and be the first to get arrested under this new HALO law, which went into effect today. So without further ado, check out these two news reports.
It's the first day of a brand new year, and that means new laws are in effect.
And here in Florida, there's a new law supporters say is offering more safety to first responders on the job. But some critics are worried it'll limit accountability. Local 10's Christina Vasquez joining us live from Miami to explain it all for us. Christina.
I am joining you live 25 feet from the camera so you get a sense of the distance of how far back you need to stay back from police and fire working an incident after a warning.
I don't think it's as much coming onto a scene that's already been established.
Get out! Damn.
I think it's a situation exactly with Tyreek Hill where it was sort of happening at the moment. They just got there. They were first responding. The scene was just developing.
When we tell you to do something, you do it.
We had law enforcement performing what they believed was a lawful duty, and then there were people who were coming up to them and taping what was going on. Once this law is enacted, which is today, you can't get within 25 feet of those officers.
Starting today, getting this close is illegal. You can be arrested, sent to jail on a second-degree misdemeanor. That's because the so-called HALO law creates a 25-foot buffer zone around first responders. Supporters say it will mitigate against bystanders interfering with police and fire. Critics argue it is an attempt to skirt accountability. Here's former state and federal prosecutor David Weinstein.
Everybody's probably going to wonder is how far is 25 feet? So, we'll get the tape measure out. It's, slightly less than 2 car lengths. That's 25 feet. I mean, you and I can hear each other. We can see each other. I'm pretty sure if you took your iPhone or your camera phone out and zoomed in, you'd get a pretty clear picture of what I'm doing. And if I'm telling you you need to be a little bit farther back than that, you need to be a little bit farther back than that.
Back up! ACLU Florida has stated the law will make it harder to hold, quote, bad apple officers accountable and would shield police from public scrutiny and would criminalize individuals for bearing witness. Part of the issue is vague wording, says Weinstein. The statute focused on people who intend to impede, threaten,
or here's where the issue is going to be, harass them, because it's given this vague definition of harassment. The problem is The person who's deciding who is being harassed is the person who ultimately is going to arrest you.
He goes on to say, on the issue of how this could all play out in the court system in the future, there was a case study out of Miami Beach. You might remember that they enacted and then later suspended a very similar local ordinance, and we get a sense of how that played out. So with that deeper dive look for you on our website, also there you can see what other laws took effect today. That's local10.com. Reporting live for you, I'm Christina Vasquez, Local 10 News.
And getting too close to first responders will now become a crime in 2025 under Florida's new HALO law.
West 2 Spencer Tracy tells us Orange County fire rescue officials say they hope this will stop the behavior.
This new law says that an individual must stand 25 feet away from a first responder. A first responder will give a verbal warning while they're working. Now, first responders saying this is all to protect them from anyone that is threatening them or potential aggressors. Now, if a person is given a verbal warning to not approach them and they still try and go into that no-go zone, then first responders could offer a fine or give jail time out to these people. Now, state lawmakers say this new law, Senate Bill 184, is meant to avoid people impeding, threatening, or harassing first responders. This includes law enforcement officers, firefighters, and emergency medical crews. We spoke with Orange County Fire Rescue, who says this law comes at the perfect time as they're seeing more violence towards first responders.
These men and women, dedicated men and women, come to work every day to serve the community, and they shouldn't have to worry about threats or active violence against them when they're providing care. So we all understand that some scenes can potentially become violent, and this bill kind of ensures accountability and offers support to our first responders.
Under the HALO law, if you fail to move back after that first responder gives you that verbal warning, you could face a misdemeanor charge. Those charges include 60 days in jail as well as up to a $500 fine. I'm covering Orange County. I'm in Orlando. I'm Spencer Tracy, West 2 News.